The crowd. Drawn out project management. There are 47 processes in the 5th edition of the PMBOK, and here is an explanation of just one of them. Manage communications. So the inputs to manage communication, well, because obviously this is all about doing and distributing and all the communications part of the project, so you're going to need your plans. What is the communication management plan? How are you going to manage all the various communications of your project? Also, you are dependent on your environment. So you have enterprise environmental factors. Just essentially, how do you do things in this company or in this project atmosphere or environment that you're working in? So all of those different factors also play into how you manage your communications, as well as any organizational process assets, such as do you have templates, or do you have a certain procedure or policy that you must or must not follow in the way that you communicate your project. And of course, how are things going? The reports, the performance, how are the things being done that you said were going to be done, and how you report on it. So all of those. Now, your tools and techniques to managing your project communications, well, obviously you're going to have to be able to use the technology that is available to you. So whatever communication techniques or technology that you have will come into play and factor in how you communicate. Also, you will need various methods to communicate. Well, whether or not do you do this in front of everybody, do you have a model where you follow a certain procedure that it has to be a formal presentation or not? Or the various methods that you have. Can you use YouTube or WordPress or Twitter? Or do you have to have everything in email? Or do you have to have things in a documentation format? A lot of those communication tools are available to you, and the techniques that you follow will definitely play in how you manage the communications. And most people today have a information management system. It might be a SharePoint, it might be a Jive, or it might be any of those kind of things. Outputs would be, well, of course, the communications themselves. The communications that happen, they follow through, they have occurred. So the communications that happen within your project and the flow of information that's being distributed, both in and out and every which way. Also, we're going to update our project management plan based on, well, what we're communicating, because we're going to be communicating so much information, and that would be part of it, is updating the communication plans, the scope plans, and of course any other project documents, just to list a few there. And finally, if we're finding that the communication is not working or is working well, we're going to take those lessons learned, we're going to update our templates, we're going to update our policies, we're going to update all the different organizational assets. And that's a quick look at the managed communications process in the 5th edition.